as long as I don't spill it on my shirt.
And John Gage is my guest today on Take It From Tara, and he's going to give us the most beautiful afternoon of conversation and music imaginable. John, you want to start us out with a tune?
Actually, I do.
I love it.
I had about 6 tunes. I got to figure out which one. This is a kind of the only bluegrass sounding tune that I've really ever written.
I love it.
And I wrote it after getting out of the hospital in 2010. Interesting story. It's just called...
I remember that well.
Headed down that lost highway. Walk all night, walk all day. Keep on walking till you find your way. Headed down that lost highway. Walk along that narrow line. Walk until you're feeling fine. Every step of the way, let your love light shine. Walk along that narrow line. Headed down that holy road. Songs of the Spirit gonna lighten your load. Drink your fill where the crystal waters flow. Headed down that holy road. Children walking to the promised land. Keep on walking hand in hand. Along the way up some weary pilgrim stand. Along the way to the promised land. Headed down that holy road. Songs of the Spirit gonna lighten your load. Drink your fill where the crystal waters flow. Headed down that holy road.
Yahoo! John Gage,
What in
ladies
the
and
world?
gentlemen. What a lovely way to start the afternoon. With,
it woke me up.
With
I'm
some of
awake
this, some of this, and a little biscotti of some sort.
A mini. I thought mini Scotty.
Cheers to you. You are watching.
Cheers to you, Tara. Oh,
You are watching Take It From Tara.
We're getting sync as we go through the show.
Oh yeah, we have to do a shalanta. Yeah, here you go. Shalanta. Skål.
All the above.
Let's do international toasts today in honor of our immigrants. You like that idea?
I'm up for that.
I think we should.
I'm up for that.
So, John Gage, of course, as we all know, and I've introduced him this way as many times, is the patriarch of the Louisville music community. It's not to say that you're old. It's that you are wise and have a lot of experience, and a lot of younger musicians look up to you and have often come to you for advice.
I am.
And I'm very grateful that you could take an hour to be with me today.
Oh, I'm happy.
We're at Fonte's Coffee, by the way. If you don't recognize it, it's a beautiful place.
It's really cool.
You're the one who suggested it.
I know, and
And
I discovered it recently, and it's only been here a year and a half. You know?
It's right here at the corner of Grinstead and what's this little
Etley.
street out here? Etley?
Etley.
Yeah. It's right behind KT's.
2501 Grinstead Drive.
It's perfect. And
Come on, man.
across the street from Crescent or Cherokee Golf Course. And you were invited to come in. We've got folks who are studying, people who have their earpieces in doing business. Got some folks who are getting ready to come in and enjoy the music with us. And I just wanted to take the opportunity to share some of this wonderful man with you. And I love the fact that he's willing to, as he does this all the time, he's still willing to bring his guitar and play a few tunes for us. John, when did you start in the music business? When you were born in the log cabin?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, it was. That's good. Really, it's always been music. But when you said music business, the first time I got paid.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
Was a while back, I was 16.
Wow.
And so, and I was amazed and I had a duet partner.
Yeah.
And we were singing, and they gave us like, I don't know, $20 each.
Holy smoke, that was a
Hey
fortune.
man, that was 1961.
That was a fortune.
And I was like amazed.
Whoa.
You mean,
You can
I
get
would
paid?
do this anyway, but you're paying me?
That's pretty cool.
So, so the business side of it, though, I have to say, is not my strongest, nor the most compelling aspect of music.
Sure.
So obviously,
Yeah.
no artist would feel that way. But
Exactly.
some handle the business side of it a little more professionally than I do. I'm pretty laid back. So
Well, you are laid back, but that doesn't stop you from being a legend, in my mind at least, and in the minds of many of the people who love you. You know, I want to just throw a couple things out here. I'm going to be doing this as we
Sure.
go through, but I've got a lot of people who love you and who are watching.
Oh, good.
Let's see, Tom Wright, Tim Keith, Dean McLean says John is a treasure. Oh, so true.
that's sweet. That's
Taro
sweet.
Gardner, thumbs up. Ann Roberts, thumbs up. Tim Keith says, hello, John. John Corder says, great man.
Oh man.
Mary Lynn Hartman is watching. One of my favorite women in the whole world. Charles Allen, Ellen Jones, thank you for watching. George Schlenk. Mary Lynn says, hi, John and Tara. Terry Howard, Maria Rodriguez. We're just going to call out your names as we move through the show because
That's
I like
neat.
to.
Thank you all for
Acknowledge it.
tuning in, and,
Yeah.
and I enjoy working with Tara, and we are now our professional relationship has morphed into another domain that we can talk about later.
Isn't it interesting? And we will talk about that. And it has to do with music therapy, which a lot of us love and engage in on a regular basis. But this music therapy is something that's particularly important, and we will talk about it a little bit later. First of all, you have I don't know what you would call it, an encyclopedia of music.
I know a
in your
bunch
head?
of songs. Yeah, I do.
You know
I
a bunch of songs.
And some a lot I've forgotten a bunch of songs. I mean, like today in our session, somebody said "Jesus on the Main Line." I hadn't thought of that song in
For a
20
long
years.
time.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
you know, the thing
and
is somebody said to me one time, how many songs do you actually know? I said, I don't know.
I have no idea.
Thousands of
I'm
them.
not going to stop and count.
No,
Who cares?
exactly. Exactly. How many times have you laughed today? You know,
Guess what? I'm trying to learn
breathed.
more. I'm
Yeah.
trying to learn more songs
Yes.
all the time. So.
And you're writing songs all the
and
time,
writing
too.
songs. Yep.
I think that's pretty cool.
It is.
Hit us with something that you absolutely love, and I will pop in on harmony with you.
Oh, wow.
Make it simple.
Yeah, for me
We've
too.
been harmonizing
For
a
me
little
too.
bit together in this project that we're talking about that we're not telling you about yet. It's the secret project.
It's an
a
interesting
top
one.
secret project. Linda Steidel Sparrow is
Have you heard-
watching.
Who?
Linda Steidel Sparrow,
Oh,
fabulous pianist and singer.
Yeah,
Tony Hendricks,
amazing.
Debbie Horine.
Amazing.
I know.
Let me. Well, that
Pull
was.
out a second pick.
Yeah, that was.
Do you have a pocket full? Oh, you got a capo it.
I keep my picks in my pick pocket. You know. Isn't that terrible?
Yes.
It reminds me of our friend.
You know what? I'll tell you something. You can say anything you want because we're not on broadcast TV. So if you swear, big deal. Who cares?
Oh, we can edit.
No,
Oh.
it's all live. This
Oh,
is,
yeah.
You're
Oh,
just
yeah.
going
No,
out.
yeah,
You're
right.
going out
Okay.
over the airwaves. See, here you are. There we are. There's my monitor.
Wow.
Yeah, you look fabulous.
That's your monitor.
That's my second little phone. That's my monitor. You should have told me I had a
You know,
cowlick. Look at this cowlick. God, John, tell me I have a cowlick.
Come on, be my friend. I got spinach in my teeth. Come on, tell
Yeah,
me. You gotta tell
exactly.
me.
Please.
That. Don't let me just walk around.
Please,
like, yeah.
tell me.
I'll work on it.
All right.
We sang this song this morning. I think you know it. I hope you do. Michael Rowe. Do you know Michael Rowe?
Michael, sure.
Well, don't you think that song cries out for harmony?
It does, and I love it.
Michael rowed the boat ashore. Hallelujah. Michael rowed the boat ashore. Hallelujah. Sister helped to trim the sail. Hallelujah. Sister helped to trim the sail. Hallelujah. Michael rowed the boat ashore. Hallelujah. Michael rowed the boat ashore. Hallelujah. Michael's boat is a music boat. Hallelujah. Michael's boat is a music boat. Hallelujah. Michael rowed the boat ashore. Hallelujah. other side. Hallelujah. Michael rolled the boat ashore. Hallelujah. Michael rolled the boat ashore. Hallelujah. River Jordan, chilly and cold. Hallelujah. Chills the body but not the soul. Hallelujah. Michael rolled the boat ashore. Hallelujah. Michael rolled the boat ashore. Hallelujah.
We had some people come in who were dancing. Ladies, feel free, if you know any of these songs, just join in.
I'm bad with this mic.
Yes, we do. Well, at least you can dance. How about if you just dance? She says, you don't want me.
Yeah.
We love all music. And that's,
Hey, that was fun.
That was fun. You're so
That was
easy to
no
harmonize.
rehearsal.
No. And
Well,
you,
in a way we
we switch
do.
harmonies a little bit.
I jump up sometimes on that one verse because I love that one. It goes, hallelujah.
I know. That was
it's
beautiful.
a nice thing to sing.
So Tom Boone is watching. Hey, John.
Tom Boone.
Catherine Ziegler,
My
my
hero.
friend who just moved to Florida with her 4 kids and husband. She says, sing it. Love this. I hope you're singing along, Kat. She's a wonderful singer.
Please sing along.
Oh, yeah. Everybody sing along from Florida. Barb Boer, Anthony Hicks. Thanks, Barb. Tom says, making salsa and listening to your golden voice.
Wow.
Sheila Bishop, Sherry Davis, Byron Hutchins. Thanks, you guys. We're so glad that you're here with us today.
That's amazing.
And what a
Thank
beautiful
you.
way to spend a Monday afternoon, too.
Really? I may not go home.
I could stay here all day in this beautiful Fonte's Coffee. What a
Something to
great
eat.
place.
Yeah.
You know,
And this is cool.
I did a live cast down here where he had me in the coffee grinding room.
Oh,
So we watched the whole process of roasting and grinding. It was just like I was in heaven with the smell. But then to see it actually happening,
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh my God, it was so cool. So anyway,
Yeah, so
Leo
much fun.
Fonte, thanks for having us in.
Really?
So let's go ahead and break the secret here, John. You're doing music therapy at a wonderful place that I work part-time called Bridgehaven Mental Health Services. And you came to us thanks to Linda Luking, who is one of our fabulous therapists. And you have worked some miracles in the last few weeks. I've seen
Yeah, it's
amazing
amazing.
things coming out of some of our folks, some who have not communicated very clearly for a while, or who have just been silent, or who have limited themselves to certain expressions, but music is bringing so much out. It's
That's
amazing.
beautiful. Yeah, because I think people who have that label are isolated,
Absolutely.
and we're guilty of it.
Yep.
Too, and then they isolate themselves
That's
too
right.
somewhat. So, but we all do the same things. But gosh, in fact, one of the groups that we had groups writing,
That
broke
was
down into
cool.
groups, and they're writing, they're telling their story in song. And we're working on that, but they were writing about isolation today,
Yes.
one group, and it was some powerful stuff,
It
as you
was.
say, comes out. And, it's a risk doing that. And my son, Jeff Gage,
Who's wonderful.
he was great, and he and I are doing this together.
Yes.
He is not my assistant, he is my colleague. He is my...
Actually, when I wrote the article about it in the newsletter that I publish, I said the amazing and talented Jeff Gage and his father, John Gage.
Thank you.
Just wanted to let you know that.
Clarify that.
Jeff, you got top billing.
Yeah. He's up there. Well, and it was major. But anyway,
He's wonderful.
We're having a great time with it, and stuff is coming out, and it's healing. Even I feel it.
I
and
do
then
too.
when we have when those people sing,
Yep.
so it's, and I work I have a contract with the Center for the Arts
Yes.
in the Arts and Healing program. You know
Yes.
about that.
Yes.
And it's separate from what we're doing. But I also play in clinical settings everywhere, and one of my favorite places is the Psych Ward, 7 North at
Yes.
VA Hospital.
Yeah.
And
That's a tough
music
place to be, too.
evokes so much
Yes.
from all of us and builds a bond. And I think the other thing that people feel is free to express themselves. No one's making any judgments about
That's right.
anything, and I've been known to say stupid stuff, and
Haven't we all?
and no one would judge it, here at Bridgehaven. So that it's a great staff. Bridgehaven's a good place, I feel it. I feel the energy. It's
I think
down
we've
there.
oh, there we
It's
go.
down there.
All right, we don't
because
want
I'm
to lose your
too
mic.
rambunctious.
No, you're fine. I just don't want
I
to.
keep losing the microphone.
I
to
don't
the
want to
guitar.
lose your beautiful. I might put it on my pants leg if you think you're going to lose mine. And I'm going to move this up a little bit too, so that we can hear your mellifluous tones.
I'm rather.
Lisa
If you just
Smollett
excerpted
and Leslie
that,
Dickens.
what you just said, just after that with no video, people would say,
Mellifluous.
"What is going on?"
That would be
I'll
bad.
just put it on my pants.
So here's what we have to be aware of too, is that people with mental illness oftentimes have, you said a lot of isolation, but also a reticence to express themselves. And we use art therapy at Bridgehaven. We use pet therapy, and of course all the groups and individual therapies that are available in our agency. And the one thing that we have not had for a while, and what we needed to add back, is music therapy, and you're doing that. And we've done it in small groups, and people have utilized it on a limited basis. But this is something that can involve the whole milieu, as we call it, the whole membership. We serve up to 100 people a day, so the lunchroom's always busy at noon. But they're scattered around, and we've been having this music session at 1 o'clock, and people just kind of flow in.
Yeah,
and they hear the music, and it's like the Pied Piper. You're the Pied Piper. I just thought of that.
I'm honored.
You start playing, and people just follow you in.
And then they add to the energy.
Yes.
And it creates a truly magical. You said the word earlier, but it's magical.
Yes,
and the magic is not really coming from me; it's coming from us.
Yes.
And that's what's powerful there. The staff, you guys are great. Your members are great, and it's just a good connection.
Well, Susan and Gloria are two of the staff members who just sing it out.
Yeah.
And they're wonderful, and they harmonize. And I think Gloria knows every song that's ever been written in the history of the world.
Talk about encyclopedia.
She does. And she knows all the commercial jingles, too.
I know. She mentioned that one day, and I thought, oh, my
we
God.
sat and we challenged each other one day during the lunch
cool
break.
one for me was, I'd like to buy the world a Coke. Except then Coke co-opted it and made it a Coca-Cola commercial.
Yeah. I'd like to buy the world a Coke. I love that. Yeah. So, one of I'll tell you about a commercial jingle that I know about that's pretty funny. You'll love this. One of the people that I know in this world is a writer, and a composer, and she actually composes scores and everything else you can imagine. I mean, on a large scale. And she was sitting around in the early days trying to come up with something for a cat litter commercial, a cat litter jingle. So they were like, what would a cat say? And it was a food, not a litter, cat food. What would a cat say? And they came up with all these ideas, and she says the more they drank, the more original they got. And finally she said, what would a cat say? Meow, 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 meow. You remember that song?
Yes, I do.
And that was
the
cat food jingle.
Yeah.
I'm proud to say that I've met this woman, and she's pretty fantastic. So anyway, John's done a lot of that kind of stuff too. Yes, and we love you, and we thank you for being at Bridgehaven with us. And you can hire him to do all kinds of wonderful things in the corporate world. He volunteers a lot. And I see a song right there that you've written that says Hildegard House at the top. Is that one of the places that you perform?
Yes.
Tell us about Hildegard.
I tell you what, Hildegard House is an amazing place.
Tell us
sounds
about
like you
it.
know about it.
I do know about it.
But Hildegard House, succinctly stated, they give people a place for their end-of-life experience, and it is specifically focused on people who are alone.
That's right.
Who have no one, no family, no one's coming to visit them, and they are alone. And I just think that's the most incredible thing, and some incredible people there too.
Yes.
In fact, our community is blessed with incredible people.
We are.
And I'm fortunate that I get to go sing for incredible people.
Yeah.
People think, oh, thank you so much. I'm like, no, thank you, because this is where I prefer to sing. And I'm gonna go for it anyway.
You go for it.
I'm just gonna say that and I had some wonderful nights. I played in bars for 30 years. I had some great nights in there, but none of that experience tops being able to be in a setting where you can see that music is effecting some healing and helping. That's the most unbelievable experience. I just feel fortunate to have an opportunity to be in the midst of that and be part of it. And
And what better than music to help you transition to the other side?
And so what this is actually, this was a playlist I sang for their volunteers at Hildegard House. And that's just the songs that I thought, oh, these are songs I might do that I could also, because this is my, boy, I do, Tara, it's terrible. I apologize to everybody. I talk too much.
No, you talk as much as you want. This is your hour.
It's your show.
That's okay. It's your hour. I like Glimpse of Paradise.
We could do that.
Would you do Glimpse of Paradise?
I would do that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but it is a Tim Krekel song.
Love him.
And
loved him.
Man, Tim. There was another person that I was fortunate to be with as he made his transition.
Yes.
Almost 10 years ago. So.
Yep.
Well, we can do Glimpse of Paradise.
You are going to do Glimpse of Paradise.
Okay. Well, if you feel led.
Thank you.
I tell people all the time, if I'm performing anywhere,
Anybody
please
can
feel
sing.
free to sing along. My only request is that you sing the same thing I'm singing.
That's always helpful.
That would be.
Oh, I have to tell you something real quick while you strum.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Austin Lay is watching us from Salt Lake City. And
Wow.
he was once a Mormon missionary who was here in Louisville. And he used to come over to my house with his missionary partner, and we would have steaks on the porch or hot dogs on the porch because they were not allowed to come in to a home where there wasn't a male over the age of 18. And of course, I don't have any guys living in my house except Brady and Wyatt. But he's watching us from Salt Lake City. So hi, Austin.
That's so
and Jimmy
neat.
Joslin's watching.
Hey,
Terry
Salt Lake
Chambers. Terry Chambers says, hi, John. Great show. I love it. Play away. Glimpse of Paradise.
Our brother Tim Krekel, sitting beneath the apple tree, one fell on my head. A couple hours later, I wake up in my bed. In the time that had elapsed, a vision I have seen. Land of milk and honey, beyond my wildest dreams. Only got a glimpse of paradise, I like what I saw. First thing I noticed, never had a war. Time was not money, love the only law. Only got a glimpse of paradise, I like what I saw. Now I'm only human, some days even less. So I have to wonder, why was I so blessed to gaze upon such beauty? Why it almost seems absurd, the lengths we go to never know the heaven here on earth. Only got a glimpse of paradise, I like what I saw. First thing I noticed, never had a war. Time was not money, love the only law. Only got a glimpse of paradise, I like what I saw. It looked good to me. Allah, Buddha, and Jesus singing three-part harmony. And the Holy Ghost was hosting that blessed bliss of all. Only got a glimpse of paradise, but I like what I saw. Only got a glimpse of paradise, I like what I saw.
I did.
First thing I noticed, never had a war. Time was not money, love the only law. Only got a glimpse of paradise, I like what I saw.
Yay! John Gage,
Singing
ladies and
too loud.
gentlemen, this afternoon at Fonte's Coffee on Grinstead Drive at Etley. And gosh, I'm so glad that you could do this. This is so much fun.
We're disturbing the
We're
peace.
disturbing the peace. I think she's pretty. You can't hear us, can you? She's like, we're okay. She's got her ears plugged. Karen Gaskins Crompton is watching. Thank you very much. Yeah, Mary Kay Corfridge is watching us. Thank you, Mary Kay. Great animal rescuer. Karen says, love John and his music. We do too. David and Janet Hedrick are watching us today. Tessa
Wow.
Banta from Bridgehaven tuned in.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Aren't you supposed to be working? I think we're actually, she's done. She's done
Yeah,
for
she's
the
done,
day.
yeah.
She's an
to go
awesome
home.
therapist. Time to go home to her dog, Bella, who is one of the cutest dogs in the world, we might add. So John Gage does so many different things, and I'd like to talk about Kentucky Homefront for just a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's one of my favorite things that you do. You bring together a slew of wonderful musicians, and we have a big recording party, and it airs on WFPK.
That's right. 8 o'clock every Saturday morning.
8 o'clock in the morning, and it's so much fun because it actually gets some unique people together on the same stage, and then you and Colonel Tom.
Yeah, Colonel Bob.
Colonel Bob. Colonel Tom was
Thompson.
Well,
Yeah,
Colonel Tom was Elvis's manager.
Tom Parker.
Tom
Yes,
Parker.
you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
I wrote him one time and asked if Elvis could be the guest singer at our high school prom. I literally did. I wrote him a letter.
Well, that was bold, but
He wrote back.
He did.
He wrote back. He sent me an autographed picture of Elvis.
Oh, yeah.
And that was like 6 months before the man died.
Oh.
Crazy.
Wow,
And he said he thanked me for asking him, but Elvis was really busy. Can you imagine? He could have just let me go on in my illusion, you know.
Yeah, he could have.
But he was really nice.
Well, he was
so Colonel Bob is who we were talking
You know,
about.
Elvis's thing, TCB,
Yeah,
taking care of business, and I think Colonel Parker was always taking care of business.
always had his.
There are some
business
outrageous
first.
stories.
I bet there are, and I bet you know them all too. But Colonel Bob and John do this wonderful thing at Kentucky Homefront where it's sitting on the porch, you know, they're picking on their guitars, and the wonderful musicians, and it's recorded on a Saturday night.
Second Saturday of the month.
Second Saturday of the month, and it's at the Clifton Center, which is now called something else.
The Holy Trinity Clifton campus,
Okay.
which for radio that doesn't roll well.
Yeah,
off,
just
but
it's the Clifton Center.
We're dealing with it.
Yeah.
They've been good to us.
Yes.
They wanted us to stay, and so we're staying.
In the Eifler Theater, by the way. They
Eifler
can't really
Theater.
change that.
They can't change
No,
the
because
Eifler
Jerry
Theater.
Eifler's the one who got it done.
Exactly.
So that would be fun. If you want to make some plans, come to that and see the Kentucky Homefront being recorded. I always like to go there and interview people in the green room before the show. Can I do that with this next one that
Sure.
you do? Is Will coming to town?
Will be coming. My son, Willow Gage, the little one, that's the amazing guitar player, will be
Yes.
here September 8th
Oh, good.
with his Texas band.
Oh, wow. That's perfect.
And they're called 2 Tons of Steel. They're very, very popular. And now they're out on the road a little bit, and so they're going to be stopping by. But they're in Bowling Green, Ohio, then they're going to be in Louisville, then they're going to be in Chattanooga. So we get to be, will probably be in town about 14 hours.
Can I come and live cast that?
We'll see what, I have to see what they work out.
That
But yes,
would be so
yes,
much
that would
fun.
Be, oh, it would be great.
I would love to. And then I could get you and Jeff and Will all doing your thing together. I would love that. That would be spectacular.
I tell you, I would love to have Jeff and Will.
I know.
They know the old man likes to hear these 2 young men play.
Well, and they know each other because they're brothers. You know, it's kind of like the Osmonds or the Jackson 5.
Some of the greatest music I've ever heard was those 2 brothers.
Yeah.
And now, you know, well, everybody's doing their own thing. Will's touring and living in Texas, and so we don't see each other all the time. But
Yes.
when we do,
It's fun. That's a good 14 hours.
yes. I don't think
That'll
there'll
be
be
a
any
good one.
sleeping.
Probably not. So when you are, hi, how you doing? Look, it's Marta Miranda of the Center for Women and Families. Come on in and say hi.
How you doing?
This is
Hi,
welcome to our
Marta.
living
How are
room.
you?
I love your living room. I
It's
love this
beautiful,
happening,
isn't
yes.
it? It's fantastic. I'm going to have her come on and do a Facebook live cast with us.
Cool.
Too. She does amazing things at the Center for Women and Families, which coincidentally is only a block away from Bridgehaven.
And I know Jane White that works down
Oh,
there.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
I've sung down there in the last couple of years.
I know
And,
Jane White too. Don't we all know
yeah,
Jane
we
White?
do. The whole world knows Jane White.
Dad,
Glad you're here.
James got a funeral and all that.
Yeah.
Amazing. I'm into Fonte's Coffee to get a
Cool.
cup of coffee. I guess that's her hubby. She's putting her arm around him in an awfully intimate manner.
I'm not saying anything about it, but
Let's hope.
it is on Facebook. So
Exactly.
You're busted.
We will
No.
prove this later. So, John, pick out another one there. I love what you're doing.
Can
And
I-
I think that
I've been
everybody
really,
loves it too.
I wanted to play this song that is a Wendell poem.
Oh,
Because
yes.
I never had
One of our poet laureates, right?
Louisville's treasure for
Mm-hmm.
sure, and it's, you know, the thing is his commitment to sustainable living.
Yes.
It's not just in quote environment. In fact, Wendell prefers maybe to stay away from terms like environment because he feels like it objectifies all of this creation. And I see what he's talking about. We don't want to make an object of it. It's something that we are intimately connected to. It's not over there. It's us, in it, and in us. Anyway, this is a song he wrote, a poem he wrote. And one night, I was recovering from one of my little surgeries. They gave me a new defibrillator, and I wasn't in bad shape. So I have several Wendleberry books right by my bed. I like to read them.
Good idea.
And yeah, it is a good idea. I need to do it more. I think I'm just going to retire and read Wendleberry.
I think you should.
So this is a poem he wrote, and one night I read it, and I'd read it before, but I saw it in a whole different light, and I thought, oh, I know how I could represent musically what he's doing from a literary standpoint, the images he was creating. So anyway, it's called Song, and it's dedicated to another writer, Kentucky writer, Guy Davenport. And this is it. Fumbling around. Within the circles of our lives, we dance the circles of the years, circles of the seasons, within the circles of the years, cycles of the moon, within the circles of the seasons, circles of our reasons, within the cycles of the moon. Again we come and go, changing, hands join in love and fear, grief and joy, the circles turn, each giving into all. Only music keeps us here, each by all the others held. In the hold of hands and eyes, we turn in pairs, they're joining each to all again. Then we turn aside, alone, out of the sunlight gone, into the darker circles of return. Within the circles of our lives, we dance the circles of the years, circles of the seasons, within the circles of the years, cycles of the moon, within the circles of the seasons, circles of our reasons, within the cycles of the moon. Oh, the circles of our reasons, within the cycles of the moon.
I love that.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yes. I'll tell you another person who I absolutely love to listen to, and it's a different kind of poetry, but it's really beautiful, and that's Frank X. Walker. Frank X. Walker.
Oh,
Love
I know Frank,
that
a good
guy.
friend of
Yeah,
mine.
wonderful.
Yeah.
And I've admired his work.
Afro-Latin.
Have you? Yeah, Afro-Latin. It's exactly. Now, have you written any music for him?
No, I have not.
I think you'd love it.
You know, it's a darn good idea.
I tell you what, it would be quite the crossing of the generations and the cultures.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of folky, and he's really contemporary.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's okay.
Good idea.
I'll call him up.
Yeah. Tell him I said hi when you do.
Tara said hi.
John Gage is
And
with us this afternoon.
send me your poems.
And having some fun. And we're playing some music and chatting a bit at Fonte's Coffee, which is at the corner of Grinstead Drive at Etley. It's behind KT's and across from the Cherokee Golf Course. And what a beautiful afternoon. Marta, how's that shot look? Can you see the shot in the camera? What do you think? Does he look handsome?
You both, I mean, amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
She says he's amazing.
All my bisexual little juices.
It's bigger than life.
She's bad.
Much bigger than
She's bad
Yeah,
girl.
she- She is.
I know, and I love her.
Report to
Those
the
are
principal's office.
Those are really good. I'm going to have to get another one of those. And you know what I like about them? They're soft. My mother
Yeah.
used to love biscotti, and I was like,
Yeah, break your teeth.
break your teeth. And these are soft and chewy and delicious. I
Yep.
love them.
Yeah, you know,
What?
I'm gonna.
You jump
Some
in.
of the things I have to say.
Just
How
say
much time
whatever
do we
you want
have?
to say. Let's see.
Couple days.
It's 30, 20, 25. We have as long as you want. We can talk as long as you
Yeah,
want.
we always have
There's no limit.
no limit. Oh my
There's
God.
no limit.
That's a risky thing to say to me.
Exactly. You'll love it.
But you know, I think the thing I really think about all the time in my own journey, and I was singing at family reunions when I was 4 or 5 years old. I didn't even, and sometimes I would stand between mom and dad in church. I was standing in the pew, so I was about the same height as them if I was standing in the pew.
Yes.
I was just a kid. And I remember singing, and I knew all those gospel songs out of the Baptist, the old Broadman hymnal. And people would sometimes turn around and look, and I thought, what are they looking at? You know? And I just thought, everybody's singing, we're just singing. You know, there's nothing to look at.
Exactly.
Just sing along. But that was kind of the first time I thought people will respond to this.
Yeah, I think they were wondering, how did that 5-year-old learn how to sing like that?
Exactly.
Exactly.
And
how did you? Did
I
your
don't-
family all love to sing?
My father was a singer, but he didn't sing professionally, not
Yeah.
at all. He played harmonica.
Oh,
He
cool.
sang. And very compassionate man. One of those kind of guys that he was born in 1908
Aw.
in southwestern Oklahoma, down by Lawton, and he was a wonderful guy. And Mom too. Mom was beautiful. As she said, I'm just a little country girl, and she's right. You know, I can't carry a tune in a bucket, Mama said, and she was correct about that.
Good
But you
Lord.
know what? She gave me a lot of inspiration singing while she was ironing and stuff. But here, the thing that I've really become aware of, and it ties all this together for me. And this, I guess, I'm 73 years old, so it's you need to start tying things together if you're going to. But what ties it all together to me is community, is being able to sing songs, and I also officiate weddings and, like you were saying, and funerals and so forth. So now I officiate weddings for the grandchildren of somebody I married
Yes.
40 years ago.
Isn't that amazing?
And it is amazing.
Yes.
I think there's no higher reward or success or joy than singing for the same set of people for 50, 60, for a lifetime.
Yeah.
That
Next
that
generation, the next generation.
I just
It's
keep
like
singing.
doctors who've delivered babies for 50 years
That's
in
right.
the same family, the old country doctors.
Yeah. And you're staying in one place.
Yeah.
And so if I ever wrote a memoir, somebody said, you should write a memoir. And I said, why? Because there's nothing that notable. But
I think there are a lot of
well,
things
I mean, in
that are
terms of
notable.
the big scale of things. But, that's the whole point.
That's exactly
It's
right.
the small, it's the little frog by the small pond on the farm.
Well, it's what you do on a day-to-day basis that matters. It's not the sweeping, overwhelming 4 years you serve in, the presidency, for
Right.
instance. It's what you and I are doing,
Yeah.
sitting here in a coffee shop, bringing a couple of people happiness with your music.
Yeah, and people are going right on with life.
Yes.
They're not.
That's exactly right.
As they should.
Yeah.
As they should.
All right, John
So
Gage.
anyway, that's it, yeah.
John Gage is ready to burst
Well,
into song once more.
Yeah, I don't know what it's going to be though, because, we mentioned Homefront.
Yes.
Since I could do a little bit of a Homefront theme song.
Yes, that would be lovely.
And I've been singing this for a long time. Homefront we've been doing for 27. We're in our 27th year.
Unbelievable.
Next year will be our 27th birthday.
Wow.
For that on the air.
So since you were in your late 40s, middle 40s, you're 73?
That's right.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, and there was also like a 6 or 7 year hiatus where we stopped doing the show and then came back.
Okay.
Which is another story, but to me is amazing. You know how radio works.
Yes.
If you have this show going for 10 years, say, and then you say, well, I'm not going to do it anymore now, so you step out. You don't just step back in.
Yeah.
The water's flowing by.
Got to build it all over
The
again.
rivers are moving, and so I was able to actually come back in, and that kind of, once I came, I started traveling around the state more,
And I would be down in eastern Kentucky or over in Paducah, and I would hear these incredible artists, and I thought, this should be on the radio. We would have these little coffee houses and stuff.
Yes.
I said, this should be on the radio. I thought, I guess you better start it back up,
Exactly.
So we did.
How many songs have you actually recorded? How many albums?
If you count the children's albums, I'd say maybe not that many, 9 or 10, something like that. And sometimes they were cassettes.
Yes.
And the very first one
was an 8-track?
No, I didn't never do any 8 tracks.
The one before that was on scrolls.
Yeah, it was. That was a flawed technology.
It really was.
Ultimately, like,
What are those player piano things? They've got those little, things that play
Exactly.
on the paper or whatever,
Man. But anyway,
on the little pinned scrolls.
I did a vinyl recording around 1975 with Bill Clark and Mickey Clark's brother.
Aw.
Just here's to Mickey. Yeah, my brother.
Can you talk about him
Yeah.
yet?
I will be. Yes.
Okay. Because it just happened yesterday.
Yeah, Mickey Clark, as everybody probably already knows, passed away last evening, and his whole family was with him. It was he'd been battling the cancer. He had stage 4 pancreatic cancer, and he stayed alive almost 2.5 years.
Which is a miracle, because that's usually a 6-month kind of sentence.
It is,
Yeah.
absolutely. And he played music.
Yeah.
He played gigs the whole time.
Yeah.
And he was always upbeat. We had a lot of conversations about it, about our mortality.
Yeah.
Because I've faced there about 4 times I thought I wasn't going to make it.
Yes.
And I could kind of connect with him on that. But more than that, really, the whole Clark family, I love them all. Bill and Dell and Larry and Mary Jo. And the mom lived to be 100+ years old.
Gosh,
That's
isn't
why I
that
thought
amazing?
Mickey was going to outlive
Yes,
me,
yes,
for sure.
yes.
I told him that, too. I said, you're supposed to outlive me.
Yeah.
And I wasn't ready for this. But anyway, Mickey also taught us a lot about dying with dignity and grace and courage and understanding.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Such a kind man, too.
um,
He came on my show a couple times, just because I asked him to, and he was so busy. And I said, "Sing the Cardinal Cannonball," and he says, "Oh my God, that one again?" I said, "That's what everybody loves about you and your music is just that Cardinal Cannonball." And I know that Susan Sweeney Crum and Denny were posting today about the great loss of Mickey Clark.
Oh yeah.
Because he was the center of the fan universe at U of L for so long with that great theme song. And he's
He should have been
gonna
on
be missed.
payroll.
He should have been. Every time you play Cardinal Cannonball, you owe him $10.
That's right.
But I'm sure that a lot of people will be paying tribute to him, and I've already seen it all over Facebook. I posted last night, and a bunch of people I put one of those classic pictures up of him in the cowboy hat and the guitar, probably 30 years ago,
Yeah, oh yeah.
because that's how I remember him.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and 40 years ago, I just thought I would go hear him at the Butchertown pub,
Oh yeah,
and he always had some young guy playing really hot guitar or whatever,
Yes.
fiddle, and I just thought it's just a matter of time till he's the next big star.
Yeah.
And the music industry is a pretty fickle, unpredictable.
mistress.
It is.
Yeah.
So, but it's okay. And Mickey and I've talked. He had his theories about why things in his life went another way. But you know what? He wasn't bitter. He wasn't disappointed. He was at peace with who he is and with where he is. And boy, so many times, one of the first songs I ever wrote, Mickey was saying, "You got any more songs like that? That's pretty good."
What a great remembrance.
Yeah, that was like 1975, and so he's just always been there like that for me, and always encouraging.
Yes.
Always
The
encouraging.
kind of guy he was.
So anyway, yeah, he will be missed.
Yeah.
And he was formative for a lot of us. So life goes on, and that's as he said. One of his last things he said to me was, "My life is in God's hands." I thought, it's just, he was at peace. So that's all I can say. A good man came to the end of his life at peace with all of his creations, all of his life experiences, and knowing that he had done what he needed to do.
Yeah.
he was
Amazing.
man.
If
you're
we
right.
all could put our hands, our lives in the hands of our higher powers.
Higher power, yeah,
Be
whatever you
amazing.
want to call it. I don't-
Whoever that
yeah,
may be.
I don't know.
Could be this cup of coffee right here. Could be the sunshine
Most
outside.
mornings
It
it
could
is
be
a cup of coffee
it
for
could be
me.
nature. You know, whatever. It's wonderful. Cheers to Mickey.
Yeah. Hey, cheers to Mickey indeed.
Cheers to Mickey. We appreciate you.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
And you know, I was thinking that first sip of coffee in the morning is a sacred experience.
Boy,
for
I'll tell
me.
you what. Especially with the nighttime schedule that you keep, and I know that it's tough sometimes to get up in the morning and do the things that people expect you to do in the morning.
Yeah.
But
It is.
yeah, but
Well,
that's why we only have you at Ridgehaven at 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock
you're
is so
probably,
good.
You're probably
So-
rousing yourself about 12. So let's say hi to a few more folks who are on here with us. Dr. Dana O'Neill, who is my chiropractor, whom I love very much. My neck's a little sore. I'm going to be in to see you soon. Tina Kraft, who used to
Take care of
babysit
that.
my nieces and nephews 35 years ago. Mari Iserman is from Oregon. She's loving it. Roy Mullins. Guess who's watching? Cree. Hi, Cree.
Oh, I love Cree.
We all love Cree. Barbara Powers, Pamela Uselton, Marlene Brooks, and Melissa Garriott. Thanks, you guys, for tuning in. And we really appreciate you being here with us. John Gage is kind enough to give us an hour this afternoon of his beautiful music. And especially after spending an hour with me already, I don't know how he can spend any more time with me and not just drop over. But
I got up at the crack of noon today.
Did you? The crack of noon. I love it.
The light was breaking through.
So, John, what are the things that you do outside of music and teaching and coaching and counseling and loving?
You know, and radio production.
Yes.
And you know, Homefront, there's a great set of volunteers. They do so much, and they make the whole production of that happen. One person couldn't do it anyway.
That's right.
No way. You
Yep.
know that.
It's a big
But-
deal.
So anyway, but outside of all, I would say the fortunate, great thing about my life is everything I do has music in it now. That
Yes.
wasn't always the case. And I also, most people know, I think, I went to the Southern Seminary here back in the day.
You're a real life pastor.
I had a pastorate over in Southern Indiana. I was pastor of a church, had a congregation. Love those people.
Now you have a huge congregation. Huge
and
musical
we meet
congregation.
in various places.
Yes, we do. We meet all over the world.
Yeah, so it's, but outside that, you know, I think that's really about it. But in terms of like, people call needing support.
Yeah.
Like in the past month, I've had 2 families that have reached out.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Mickey, could you come over? It wasn't, let's jam. Well, he wasn't in a position where he could do that.
Right.
He just wanted to share, and we were able to have some soulful moments. So, you know what? It comes back to when I was 10 years old, I knew that I wanted to be like a pastor. I had not really a very great idea of what that meant exactly, but I knew that I wanted to help people.
Mm-hmm.
That's been there, and I think I got it from my parents. It's
You have a
it's in the
great
DNA.
pastorate. You've done a great job.
Thank you.
Yes, you have.
Well,
Absolutely.
I think and that might be the thing that connects all the dots,
It
because I've
does.
done so many things. But I would say service. And you know, this morning when we were there at one point,
He's talking about at Bridgehaven.
we were at Bridgehaven today for like at 1 o'clock, writing songs with members there. And
Yeah, like 26 people today.
Is that right?
Yeah, it was great.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
But anyway,
And we're all good singers. You said it.
Amazing
The people who are
singers.
singing are amazing singers. And these are people who we serve with serious and persistent mental health issues. And when you have mental illness, a lot of things sometimes become blocked and you lose some things.
actually.
And then bringing them back out again with music is just an amazing thing to watch.
It is.
Yeah.
You know, and they sing so well, and they respond. It's rousing. It's like
Yeah.
it's not just people are singing along pretty good.
No, they're excited.
There's spirit in
That's
it.
right.
There's spirit in it, and they're thinking of songs to sing, and it's wonderful.
One guy who rarely talks, I usually hear him saying, "Excuse me," as he walks past me, or "Gotta go," or just really, brief encounters. He knows every single rock and roll song that you can come up with.
He knows more than I do, probably.
He
I'm
really
serious.
does. He knows
I'm
all
sure
the
he does.
lyrics. And he's great, and he's enthusiastic. I'm amazed. I'm so excited. Now, the writing part of it is really cool, John. This is what John is doing for Bridgehaven Mental Health Services with music therapy. You have us writing a song about Bridgehaven. And the way that we have done it has been unique. So explain that process, if you will.
It's really a loosely facilitated process. We try to give people a framework. We try to get them to identify the things that move them deeply, that touch them deeply, on an emotional level. Could be not just negative sadness, but also joy, great joy, whatever. And then, you say, okay, select a theme, and then start generating. What do you want to say about that? And anyway, you get people just thinking, and if you're in the groups, they start interacting and talking about things they feel and sharing things. And I think it starts opening things up.
Yep.
And then we write that down. I said, just write it down. It doesn't have to be a great poetic line. Just write it down, whatever it is, and we'll work on it. And they're doing it.
Bridgehaven helps me live. I feel so relieved when I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the kind of
They give me
things.
the hand that I need or the leg up that I need. Bridgehaven makes me feel safe. These are the comments that were made that helped you to construct the song.
Exactly.
It's amazing.
One of the first things we did was that, as you know, talking, I guess, everybody out there.
You can talk to me.
Oceans
It's
of
okay.
smiling faces. Yeah.
Literally.
Hey, I'm talking to Tara.
I can see Russia from my front porch.
But anyway, I think for them to be expressing themselves, I kind of lost what I wanted to say, but they're
The way
they
the song
respond
was
to
created,
it.
yeah. The way the
I
song
know.
was
I was going
created.
to say, yeah.
Yep.
What we did, we wrote one as a whole group,
Yes.
and got a lot of lines out of that, and started trying to massage it to make a coherent flow.
Yep.
And my son Jeff and I retreated, worked on these lyrics, and together he came up with a really neat melody. And the opening lines of that I think are so powerful to me. Every time we start singing it, Bridgehaven is my chosen family on my way to recovery.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
I'm like, wow, that's just.
And the chorus, sometimes I hurt, sometimes I cry.
Right.
Bridgehaven helps me understand why. Amazing.
I didn't write that. Our people wrote it.
Yeah, pretty critical. I mean, in healing.
It is.
To get a hold of those feelings and then do something with them. I love it. Okay,
That is it.
Here's
What-
the next one. Will you sing "You Raise Me Up"?
I can, yeah.
I love that.
I may not. You know what?
What?
My voice is a little bit not at
Husky?
its best, but it's okay. It's okay.
A little husky?
A little bit, yeah.
A little husky or a
Husky
little
there.
shepherd? Little
And
lab?
it's
little-
not Josh Groban.
It's okay.
It's not
You're
Josh
better than
Groban.
Josh Groban. So welcome to Mark Metry. Jerry Bloom, famous newsman of 840 WHAS, is watching. Kevin Bach is watching. Jerry Bloom is living with Parkinson's and doing quite a remarkable job of it. He's had Parkinson's, and it's becoming progressively harder, and he's just meeting it with such grace. And I
Wow.
admire him a great deal for that.
What an inspiration.
Yeah, so I'm glad you're here. Good to see you, Jerry.
When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I'm strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be.
longer. Each restless heart beats so imperfectly. But when you come and I am filled with wonder, you raise me up to more than I can be. And sometimes I think I glimpse eternity. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. And I am strong when I am on your shoulder. You raise me up to more than I can be.
Oh, that was so beautiful. I love it. Thank
Isn't that
you
a
so
great
much.
song?
Oh, I love
There's a
it.
Norwegian couple that wrote that.
Really?
And then it was popular in the British Isles, and it sparked and jumped over.
Oh, it's
Over the ocean.
definitely Irish music.
But if people don't know
theme
that, and I
is
think
beautiful.
more and more people know that song. When I first started singing it, no one hardly knew it. But
Yeah.
now they know it. And Josh Groban
Oh,
is
he made it.
unbelievable. He
He
nailed
made
it.
He made it a huge
So much.
hit worldwide. Hey guys, glad you're here to hear John Gage. We're live on Facebook this afternoon on Take It From Tara, and the music maestro himself has decided to spend an hour with us, which is quickly coming to a close. We can go over though. I mean, this is Facebook. It's not like we're being timed or limited.
That's right.
You know, we can do a few more songs.
We can-
It's fine.
Whatever.
So, Ray Robinson, Kim Kelly, I'm glad you're here. Terry Bloom, oh, this is so nice. He says, two wonderful, talented people.
Oh, what a nice
That was so nice
comment.
of you,
That's
Jerry.
great.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I'll tell you what, John, he walked with me through some of my darkest times, and it was right before I went to Skyline Trail in Atlanta for treatment for my depression and anxiety, and I was working at 84, which is now 840 WHAS radio,
Oh, yeah.
doing news. It was the first time I'd ever done news. I'd been a weather anchor, I was a meteorologist, and I'd done talk shows, but I wanted to try to work in the news department, and they gave me an opportunity to do it, but I was getting so sick that I was having real problems. It was terribly claustrophobic because there were no windows in the studio. And so I'd go outside and smoke. Just go outside for the sake of being outside
Yeah.
and just smoke. And I had terrible anxiety, and I was shaking. And my brain was just becoming so compromised with the depression, I couldn't take in a lot of what I was supposed to be learning. And there was at one point when the person who was training me said, you know, it's kind of fish or cut bait. You're either going to get it or you're not. And I'd never heard that in my life because I used to just take everything in and be able to absorb it and do it. I wasn't there. And this man, Jerry Bloom, who I was just talking about, and Ed Huckleberry, and several of the other great guys, just kind of held my hand, and they tell me over and over again how
That's
to do
beautiful.
something. And
You know, that's what we need to be doing for each other
you have
all
to
the time.
hold your hand out.
And they're not. I'm just saying that there's not a place for and a need for professional help.
Yeah.
But so much of us just in the community of our
Yep.
friends need
Yep.
to support each other like that and
Yeah.
be able to. Yeah, I
Let
think
the
that's
hand be ready to reach out when you need help.
exactly.
Yep. John Gage is going to sing some more for us, and I want to do If I Had a Hammer. You do If I Had a Hammer with
Okay.
me?
I think I can
I'm just
remember.
picking out all of the songs that I want John
that's
to
great.
sing, which is awesome.
You sing the right words even if I don't, okay?
Okay, I'll try.
Here we go, getting ready.
If I
had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning, hammer in the evening, all over this land. I'd hammer out danger, I'd hammer out warning, I'd hammer out love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land. brothers and my sisters all over this land. Song about love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. Whatever
I
note
love
we can
that
get there.
song.
Isn't that great?
I love that song.
Pete
It's one of
Seeger.
my favorite. You know, Ellen
My God.
DeGeneres says about that song, if I had a hammer, I don't think I'd hammer nearly as much as I think I should. Think
good.
about that. Cogent
one time,
words from Ellen DeGeneres.
A powerful moment for me that happened with that song, and I'm always thinking about how the context of where you're singing will shape the
Yes.
song sometimes.
Yes.
We've talked about that at Bridgehaven a little bit, but anyway, I was asked to sing for Judge Delahanty's memorial service, and it was at a Catholic church, and I didn't really look like the kind of person the priest really wanted in there. but Miss
Little did they know.
Delahanty was insistent, so I stood in the choir loft, which was at the back of the church,
Yes.
and they asked me to sing
Yeah.
If I Had a Hammer.
Oh,
And the more you think about it,
What
if
a
it's a
beautiful
judge,
song, yep.
what an incredible
yep.
little spin that has on that whole thing.
Yeah.
But I was just sitting there waiting for my cue. When the time came up, I stood up to sing, and I looked down, and there were like 6 rows, all from left to right, across the whole chancel at this Catholic church, all in black robes.
Oh, wow.
And I was sitting
Isn't
down
that
looking. I was looking
amazing?
down on their backs.
All
you
the
know,
judges.
all the judges were there, and singing just to get up and sing "If I Had a Hammer." That was a golden moment for me.
Really is
I was
amazing.
freaking out.
I love that.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it made that song. I often think of that moment in singing that song.
Yeah.
It really took it to a different place.
Yes, contextual reference is everything. John Gage is spending such wonderful time with us, and I appreciate him so much. And we have some folks who ordered coffee 20 minutes ago, and they're still standing here listening to us, which is a pretty good sign.
At one point I thought they were running.
No, they're running towards us. They're running towards us. Don't you see? And this woman who's been working the whole time hasn't thrown us out yet, which is really good.
Cool.
This is a nice place. It's called Fonte's Coffee, and
Yeah.
Leo Fonte owns it. He's been with coffee companies for years. He started out with John Connie, so he really learned the coffee business. I mean, this has
I see.
been, 30, 40 years ago? And,
Yeah.
and he did a whole bunch of other stuff, and he's finally arrived at the place where he could grind his own coffee, create his own beautiful coffee shop, and it's at the corner of Grinstead and Etley down here behind KT's, right across from Cherokee Golf Course. And what a beautiful location, and
Yeah, it is.
just exciting, to get to see the traffic going by, but you've got this little nest of quiet in here to study or work, and I think the fireplace is glowing on this 90-degree day.
Yeah.
It's a great place.
It is a great place. I was thinking that song "If I Had a Hammer" made me think of Pete Seeger, and what a legend. I mean, what a thing. And I got to sing with Pete Seeger one time.
Really?
Yeah. He
You've
was here
sung
in Louisville.
with the best of them.
I mean, really, that was a
really
moment.
have. That's cool.
And it was so cool because my oldest son, I was standing on the stage with Pete, and he had said earlier, "Hey, let's do something together." I said, "You got it."
Yeah.
And he said, "What do you want to sing?" And I said, "Let's do Rainbow Race, my Rainbow Race, because I know that song and I can back you up on it. So I can play it. I guarantee you I know it." And he looked at me and he said, he was 83. He says, "You sing it, I will back you up."
Oh, wow, that's so cool.
That blew my mind.
I bet.
And at that moment, we were maybe 2 minutes from going out. My cell phone rang, and I looked at it. It's my son in Seattle. So I said, "Dude," I answered it. Like, "Dude, I'm getting ready to go on with Pete Seeger. I'll call you back." He's like, "No.
Don't hang up.
Leave it on."
Let me listen.
So I said, "Oh yeah, good idea." And I laid it down by the mic stand. We played.
Perfect.
And when we got through, I picked it up and said, "You still there?" I said, "Yeah, man. It was rocked. It was rocking
That's
out."
awesome.
We should play it. See if I can remember this.
And
I don't
thanks to
think
Cindy
this-
Green and Joanne Dale is listening.
Wow.
Love her. That's so great.
One blue sky above us, one ocean lapping all our shores, one earth so green and round. Who could ask for more? And because I love you, I'll give it one more try to show my rainbow race it's too soon to die. Some folks want to be like an ostrich, bury their heads in the sand. Some hope that plastic dreams can unclench all those greedy hands. Some hope to take the easy way. Poisons, bombs, they think we need 'em. Don't you know you can't kill all the unbelievers? And there's no shortcuts to freedom. One blue sky above us, one ocean lapping all our shores, one earth so green and round, who could ask for more? Go tell all the little children, tell all the mothers and fathers too. Now's our last chance to learn to share what's been given to me and you. One blue sky above us, one ocean lapping all our shores, one earth so green and round, who could ask for more?
John Gage, ladies and gentlemen. Glenda Adkins.
He's eager.
Glenda
Oh my
Adkins
God.
just tuned in, and I got to tell you about this woman because you'll love it. She works full time. She needs open heart surgery, and she spends her weekends picking up furniture for the Forgotten Louisville, which is a wonderful
Wow.
homeless outreach program here in town. And I'm always amazed at the amount of energy and effort people in this community give to each other and to those who are a little bit, less fortunate than we are. And these folks have no homes, and they literally have nothing but what they can carry, which is often the clothes on their backs and maybe a pack or a small suitcase that they've found somewhere. And she and Maurice and so many, and Tiny and Wendy Manganaro with Fed with Faith and Jeff with Hip Hop Cares, and I mean, I can't tell you the number of people in this town that I work with on so many different levels. Bethany Buster Green with My Dog Eats First, which is a homeless outreach for people who have dogs and cat companions, and they're out living on the street. And I just want to give them a big nod. Because the people who are in social services in this town professionally do wonderful things, but those who volunteer are the ones who really lift that structure up. And that song reminded me of that.
It's such a beautiful song.
Today's a very important day to hear the song that you just sang.
It is.
And I think
May it reverberate in the halls of Congress and in the White House.
And across the Atlantic.
Across the Atlantic.
Or
And
the
may
Pacific.
people know that this is more of what this country is about and what this people were. Well, anyway.
Yep. That's what we're about.
That's who we are.
That's
who
exactly
we are.
right. So where can we hear you sing?
Man, publicly.
You can play this over and over
at
again.
Unity Church.
Yeah.
I sing there, not all the
Quite
time,
a
but
lot.
maybe 5 or 6 times a year.
Yeah.
And I love it. Beautiful people. And also other congregations. Also, on August 5th, I will be doing speaking and singing at the First Unitarian Church for their Sunday worship service.
Cool.
And I'm really looking forward. I'm excited because
do you do the sermon too?
I'm doing the entire.
You're doing the whole thing?
Well, they will have some of their format, their liturgy. Do Unitarians have liturgy?
I don't know.
I'm Unitarian. I don't know. Some of them I know
You
would not
are?
like that. Well, as much as anything. But anyway.
I'm Catholic, and I know they have a mass.
I'm Unitarian, so I know they have a mess.
So August the 5th.
It's a good mess.
What time
August
is it?
the 5th at 11 a.m.
11 o'clock,
I'm going to
First
be,
Unitarian
this is a
Church.
brand new thing because I took some poems that I wrote, I took some songs that I wrote, and I'm weaving it into, and it's pretty well done. It's sort of an artsy piece
Yeah.
of spoken word and music.
Sounds
And
good.
it's about creation, spirituality.
Beautiful.
That spirituality to me, well, let's say creation is the context and the content for spiritual growth and spirituality.
Yeah.
That's how it is for me.
Yeah.
To me, it's like, wow.
Well, to me, this is a spiritual experience, being able to sit in a beautiful place like Fonte's Coffee,
It is
hear John
nice.
Gage sing, run into Marta Miranda of the Center for Women and Families, talk about Bridgehaven, talk
Yeah.
about the mess the First Unitarians are in
Yeah.
when John comes to do their service.
They're going to kill me for
I
saying
know,
that.
seriously. It's
I don't
just
blame 'em.
It's a beautiful day. You know,
It is a
every
beautiful day.
day can be a beautiful
Look,
day. I know,
sun
look
shining.
at that sun at the, oh, it's just glorious.
Okay,
And
I'm camping out here.
Wednesday, this is a really good thing too. Wednesday on Take It From Tara. Wagon Wednesday is going to be part of what we do, because that's what I do all the time on Wednesdays. And John Ross is tuned in to us too. Thanks, John, for watching. We appreciate you. Wednesday, I'm going to have a fabulous guest whom I have known for over 20 years, I guess, and that's Heather French Henry, who is very active and a high official in the State Department of Veterans Affairs, which we are so grateful to her for, because she does tons of volunteer work and always has for veterans, but now she's actually doing something on a level that she can get things moving. And she was solely responsible for the military honor that came to my mother's funeral last October, because I could not find an honor guard and she got us one. So for that I am forever grateful. She also is big into dog rescue now, and I laugh because I met her first dog, 2011, and I thought, wow, this is awesome. Heather's got a dog for the little girls that she's had, and it was really exciting. I saw her not too long ago, and she's got four animals. I was cracking up because I thought, how does she do it? How does she have teenagers, a husband, a job for the
career,
veterans?
and
She's involved with the Miss America pageant on
Yeah.
the board now, big deal. And she has some sort of private life. I don't know
She's a
what
great
it is.
vocalist.
And she's a great singer.
Yeah.
So you want to come back on Wednesday and sing with her? No. Not
You have
like
to-
don't
you
have
ask
anything
her
else
if
to
she
do.
wants to-
You don't have anything else to do, I know.
She may not want to hang out with this surly folk singer.
Oh, I'm sure she loves you, and she would sing
No, we've
with
done
you.
some stuff
she
together
would sing
before.
with you
She knows where.
anytime.
Yep.
So she's going to be here on Wednesday at 4, and we haven't decided where we're going to actually do the live cast, but wherever it's going to be fun. So I
That'd
look
be
forward to
wonderful.
having her there. Will you take us out with something fun?
Okay.
You pick it.
fun.
Yeah, fun and upbeat, whatever it
Could I
is.
do my technology song?
You
I
can
think
do
know.
whatever you want to do.
This is and we need humor.
Yeah,
Desperately.
we desperately
really
do,
I-
especially
and,
today. Need a lot of humor today.
I'm some of it. And sometimes when people said, Mr. Gage, you are full of, I say, humor.
Humor, absolutely.
That other word you were
You
thinking.
do have a great sense of humor. You make people laugh all the
I
time.
love humor. I love
I know.
I love to be silly sometimes.
I know it.
That's why
Martha
you and I
Bloom-
get along, because you are silly.
Martha
You know-
Bloom,
you know
thanks
that
for
girl?
tuning
That's
in.
That's a compliment.
Yes, it is a compliment. I am a silly girl. So I'm going to let John take us out, and want to thank Leo Fonte for his hospitality here and letting us come into the coffee shop today. We will certainly have this guy back.
This guitar is close to being in tune. So this is just about the people. This is a song I wrote in frustration with technology. And if you're a 73-year-old baby boomer, technology is not what was going on in your generation. There was not even digital. So I had this vision one day that I'm a folk singer, and I'm on the analog side of the digital divide. And this song came out with some help from my companion, Joy Marie. You can flatter and kiss me, but don't Twitter and text me. I'm a low-tech kind of a guy. I'm not on YouTube, you won't find me in Facebook, and MySpace is no place to try. You can Google Wikipedia, you can Bing all the media, use a bazillion gigabytes of RAM. You can walk around with your head in the cloud, but you'll never know who I am. I'm on the analog side of the digital divide. It's a fact I just can't hide. And I don't have
just got my own style. Simple things make life worthwhile. There's no cell phone in my pocket. If you ain't tried it, don't knock it. It's a great way to spend the day. Instead of fooling around with those high-tech toys that let us talk when we've nothing to say. When your whole life goes viral, it's a downward spiral, though everyone knows your name. You spend the rest of your life in the rat race and strife, pursuing something so common as fame. I'm on the analog side of the digital divide. It's a fact I just can't hide. I don't have a profile, I've just got my own style. Simple things make life worthwhile. Yes, there's the analog side, there's the digital side. Sometimes it's tough to decide, but don't be a fool, 'cause it's only a tool. It ain't nothing to be deified. How about sunset on the ocean? Now there's a powerful potion to keep the blues at bay. And when I'm losing my mind, it helps me unwind and gives me hope for a brand new day. I'm on the analog side of the digital divide. It's a fact I just can't hide. And I don't have a profile, just got my own style. Simple things make life worthwhile.
John Gage, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, John.
Thank you.